Ohio, as the people say. Well, you won't want to visit there, but it's truly a place. I wish I had a stand for my mic. I think that's what I might have to get next. It's kind of annoying to bend your neck and then try not to disturb anything else. I mean, still a really fine setup. Especially with what I have right now. Okay, so today's point of contention is I have my key stuck on my foot for some reason. I think I'm gonna have to figure that out. Alright. It's a simple fix. But today's point of contention is implementing cosine law. And also some barrel spread. So the force of Newton's at the end of the barrel is going to be the peak force divided by 20, at least for now. So that's what we've decided, and that's what we're going to do. Well, what's going to happen if my cables stop, but let's get right into it. So a bunch of things have been closed. So we're gonna have to work on our firearm here. This is just going to export the results. Yeah, just rearranging a few things on my other monitor just to make things a bit clear. Just want to get pretty well organized before you really get started. So we have everything in place. Cool. So this get accuracy method is what we want to use. Or we'll put one above it. Get barrel max displacement. This requires a cartridge, and we are currently going to pass it. So we're just going to get our maximum barrel displacement here. And then next, we're going to connect that to the accuracy function. So I'm going to start some simple documentation. Displacement uses pre-supported beam equation with the moment of inertia for a tube and gets the max flux of the displacement based on stuff. So this is going to be just based on words escape me all the time. Based on max pressure of cartridge. Okay, so we can actually do this semi-accurately-ish. I don't really want to integrate that much, but yeah, there isn't really a method, since if you're pushing on like the center, it's not really gonna do that much, but I do know where it's going to hit its maximum in that regard. Otherwise, we are going to... okay. Here we're just going to do PL cubed over 3pi, and then pi equals pi over 4, and this is going to be r squared minus rn squared, or tetrad, and no cubed, tesseracted. I'm gonna tesseract the radius. It can be diameter as well. Okay, so that's what we wanted to implement for both steps to make things a bit easier for us to understand as the user or player. And I just need to hopefully make a chart to figure out which one of my variables are in which units. They're all in metric, but They're all in different metric units just for the ease and simplicity for what the player wants to try to do. But first of all, let's introduce inertia. This is going to be pi over 4. So pi over 4, and this in total is multiplied by the diameter. So from what I've seen, newtons do work. That's just simply how it is with this type of system. I mean, with using meters, because newtons, don't know why people would want to use kilonewtons, but that's just a thing around here. And all of our elastic moduluses for at least section 1 are in gigapascals, so we're going to have to divide them by 1 billion. So this is going to be barrel dot get length material. So we're gonna have to look up the barrel not very documentation, but we can see so here we have it as barrel material thickness. So again, sorry guys, but sleeves aren't gonna work here. Barrel dot current barrel or barrel material thickness. I don't know why I had to think so long. I finally got it, fortunately. So we have this. We want to divide this by 1000. I should prefer multiplication aesthetic a bit more. Okay, but here we need to take a POW. And this is going to be the thicker one. Okay, I misplaced a thing. Okay, so it's because I forgot to finish that statement. Pow. And this is just going to simply be, what is it, the barrel projectile diameter times 0.0014. So just kind of how this works. That is what we are aiming for. Raw material thickness. Times 2 plus barrel projectile diameter. So in normal order, this should work. Keyword should. I've been having a lot more success with code working with me lately, but you can never really tell what it's thinking. Just to make sure we are enclosed the right way. Okay, that works. And then we have our displacement. I know I have it capitalized. It shouldn't. Let's just keep that constant. So this is going to be get peak, get pressure. So we're just gonna go acquire our max pressure. Max pressure here. Was it pi? Sorry, cartridge. I'm going to take this, divide this by 20. So that is this current esoteric equation. I think I should separate it just in case something breaks. So here, newtons. So I'm going to take this, our esoteric equation here. I mean empirical. It's not even empirical, our guesstimation. So we're going to take the newtons, and then we're going to multiply this by barrel length, and after multiplying by 0.01, and then taking that. Alright, looks good. And here, and our modulus of elasticity. We are going to take barrel composition. Global material dot material array. Take the barrel composition. What else do we need in this particular section? No, other than that, I'm gonna take this, and then we're gonna do the global material. So with this, what they don't want you to do is you're going to get elastic modulus. So this is not a yet. Just use this method. And here we're just going to replace that with our elasticity and then our inertia. So if we want to convert all these into the immediate float form, we can't really, even if we wanted to. But here, we just want to make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Make sure that everything is a proper float. Everything floats correctly in the pool. I don't know if it's implicitly going to try to do stuff, but just to make sure that nothing tries to break. And then we are going to return the displacement. So this is going to be the end of this particular function. So before we get started on testing those, we want to get barrel max displacement angle. And what this is going to do let's just start doing some real documentation. So we already do have some documentation. I have it saved, but it's not really going to be helping that much yet. Alright, so this one is going to use cosine law to get angle between the two equal barrel lengths. Remember to convert to degrees from radians. So it's standard trigonomic math in Godot. It uses radians, which is actually very useful for any other 2D and 3D shooter. And I think in some cases for us it will be useful in that way too. We just haven't found too much of a case for it yet. Well, we actually have for implementing the revolver function and some of the stuff that we need to do. But for now, it's for our case, since we want it in a human readable format, because human brains cannot see in radians. I mean, they can. Just a little bit of getting used to. But degrees look cooler. And they have the funny symbol. But here we are going to get the displacement first from get barrel max displacement cartridge. So we're just breaking up the steps just in case we need to use them separately in the future, which I suspect they will. Not in the Children of a Dead Earth way, but in more of like a practical, realistic situation. Excuse me. Anyways, it's time to continue with our daily polls. So, carrot, turnip, or radish. Alright, just in case anyone gets curious and hops into stream. Because I think we really need to improve our tech. But, yeah. Simply the pressure of the unknown if someone's actually gonna watch is gonna do it anyways. So... what we want to do now is... I don't think I have it fully written down actually. I'm going to check to get the math page. AB minus C squared. So here, just have to remember cos C is A squared plus B squared minus C squared. Sides cosine law sine. Let's put SSS so people can assume that it's a ranking instead, whatever you prefer. Any games do have an SSS ranking. I don't know many. I only know many that go up to double S, especially for things in the rhythm game genre, but otherwise, I'm not too sure. I haven't checked. So here we just kind of have the pseudocode so that we can read it easier and have it documented easier. I think I've had this for most of my complex functions. I might need to renew doing them for things like the pressure and the muzzle calculations that I have neglected doing for a while. Otherwise, I think it's generally just good fun. So here we have this. So let's just start with what we know. So we want to get side length. So var temporary OC, and this is just to be how bare length. So the max displacement, that's going to be in meters, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not sure if we should divide it or multiply it. I don't know if which one gives more error. I don't really remember what the theory for it is. I think just for simplicity of my sanity, side length, barrel length times 0.001, side lengths 2. And here we're going to add it again. And here we are going to subtract it by the displacement 2. And with that, we can just this with 2 times power of temp silence. It's a bit ugly. Alright, so we have to check. So here, I think that's the one that's missing. And then we have this one. It's clearly missing something. So this one doesn't have anything. This one covers this. And... oh, okay, so we just forgot the POW for this particular case here. It seems to be fine. And now we are going to take it to the next step, which is for processed C equals -1 cosine. How do we do trig on this again? Let me check how you do trig. So, go, trigonometry. So, opposite of cosine. Name. Sine, cosine, tangent, and the reciprocal ratios. So what's the reciprocal ratio called? No, I do not want better math grades. So we have secant. Secant of temporary cos C. How do I use arc cos? Arc cos. E10 2. What's A10 2? That's an interesting one though. I don't think I've ever had to use these type of functions before. So we have this, and then now process C equals degree rad to degree process C and return process C. All right. So for this, we can now check to make sure that some things are okay. And I'm pretty sure this is gonna wobble a lot more compared to normal. Well, let's whip out the firearm screen. Firearm range. Hello. Now we're just going to have to edit you. Okay, so for this is where our results are coming from. And we can probably seamlessly edit that in a few moments. Otherwise, we're going to be answering some harder questions. Don't know how you guys feel about that, but yeah, just make sure to vote in the poll. We need to see the superior root vegetable. That's the ongoing bet between me and myself. So one thing I promised was to add the peak pressure in. So we will want to switch to another account to access our sprint board. You know, agile development with one person stand-up scrum meetings. Interesting. But yeah, I find it really useful with like a proper like kind of Trello board combined with roadmap and then development, and it just makes it really nice to use in general. So what was the feedback here? So pressure calcs would be nice to have in the cartridge receiver. So I agree. So what are the current stats that we are having right now? So let's just take a look at that, just to get the feel of what's kind of happening there. So for example, here we have the barrel of the Fang. Yeah, I forgot it's called the Tory. The Tory. I don't know why that's funny. But here, muzzle energy. So barrel lifetime cycles. So what I'm thinking of having it is on row number 3. I think it would be the most aesthetic spot to have it. So let's just execute that. All right, let's get this out in a tray. Nice. Steve's MRE's reviews are always really nice to see. I genuinely don't know how he can eat the food that he does, though. Does he just have like an iron stomach or whatever? Well, not whatever. Does he just have an iron stomach, iron will, and just the sheer, pure analytical power? Let's make sure that this works. Okay, 그랬다. Ooh, okay. So here, 一个情况，比然后 呢度要加個嗰個最大嘅 pressure 喺呢度。預轉呢個 barrel lifetime cycle 係點樣講好？唔知嗰個遊戲嗰個細路地球嘅死咗嘅地球嘅so 呢度要等佢開先，跟住攞佢嘅英文講嗰個 max pressure， 先至可以睇到。有時候我自己 name 嗰啲嘢都唔係咁好。So you'll be hearing a familiar noise quite soon if you are a certain type of gamer. Oh, so 會講係英文會講係個 peak pressure。OK， 所以我哋而家我哋會識呢個遊戲先，然後用個打落去。係呢度 peak pressure， 我哋 save 個 program 先。OK， 而家我哋睇佢點樣。真係？哇！So the bell for is 35. I don't really understand how this is working. 6? What do you mean 6? This one is the 4RLG. This is the cordite round. Something is greatly amiss. I don't even know what's happening anymore. But I think what we will have to do here, debugging time. Everyone loves debugging time. Get max pressure. So yeah, I think our pressure is just completely wrong. Current mean pressure. Okay, so we're using our barrel. Okay, so we're determining how much gas is burned. And then we're using the propellant mass. And we're getting our current mean pressure. So that's why things aren't working right now. Mainly, but the thing is I can't get it to work otherwise. So we are going to have to fudge some numbers. Alright guys, welcome to Cooking the Books. Carrot is still in the lead for people's favorite vegetable. Does no one like turnips or radishes? We'll have to see. But here in the firearm range, yeah, so we're gonna have to fudge the number by a magnitude of 10, I think. And that will probably give us a somewhat desired result. So let's just do that. Okay, so Naili do wa kaibindo. Okay, should be here. So we're just going to multiply this by 10 just to pretend that things are okay. I think that's what our code is doing right now. 350? So it's already at 35? Okay, so that's not supposed to happen either. 378. Yeah, that is too high. So I guess we're doing this by like a form factor of 4 then. You find the most effective way to cook the books. This is what I get for trying to use a completely broken system. I love it how, like, they give you the equation in 2 books, and then you try to do them in every way possible with metric and imperial, and they don't work. There's a more advanced unit system later that I think will work, because I think it's less old. That one's from like the 1950s or 60s-ish, but so the RLG. So this RLG one is really 31 megapascals for that. I don't know what to think anymore. But okay, so now that we have this, this is close enough. Let's just not think about it anymore. And then next what we want to... So I'll need to change this for the actual global material thing. I'm sorry, firearm. Where is our function? Get max roll. Okay. Just had to remember the name, but here we can now use this. So with multiplication division, the order is quite important. And you'll have to change it, so I don't want to hurt my head, so let's just put it in the correct order. Alright. So now we have them multiplied by 4 and then divided by 20. We can get a pretty reasonable amount right there. For a barrel lifespans 2, so sorry, what it's using peak breach. What's the peak breach pressure? So this is using so theta 0 and theta 1, they have different systems here. So that's a bit concerning. I'm gonna have to see this in action though. Peak breach pressure. What's this 0 for? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm just being a bit silly. Being comical, as they say. So if we take the Immelson here with the proper infantry service unit, so what we need here is we are going to need to get some people to understand thermodynamics. I think it's megapascals, MPa. Sparky's gonna berate me again if he sees me doing this wrong. Okay. This one's different. So I'm gonna have to check this one out. I don't know what this one is necessarily used for that much, but let's just check it out. Okay, so it's pretty close to like the real deal. Yeah, okay, so peak breach pressure here, 110 megapascals. Why is this one correct? Why is this one right? I don't want to know why. Which one uses peak pressure? And which one uses... Yeah, no, this is hurting my head. Children, help. We need a more knowledgeable adult here. Yeah, hopefully we'll get a team going once the project is more developed and more robust. Right now, no, but thank you very much for your help and support so far. So I'm not supposed to use it? Okay. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. Okay, so that's clearly not what we're using right now. We've used the wrong one. Alright, guys, we have been fooled. So we don't need this, so we need, yeah, peak breach pressure with the cartridge. So this is what we want. And that is truly great. 真係好. Okay, so we don't need this anymore. Potato.真係嘥我嘅時間。呢個冇用嘅 function. Okay. Well, it's interesting to see the evolution there. Okay, so now that we have this, we can properly use the system. So, and then we can, let's see the max or the barrel spread first. Alright. Okay, just died for a moment there. I'm back. Died as in physically die. I still wonder, like, what's the overall overlap in terms of the community and other games. Because you know that some people have, like, stopped being in, like, certain Discord servers and communities, just preferring, like, the smaller ones, so they can just hang out and have fun and not having to worry too much about just dealing with, you know, server issues. So it would be really interesting just to see, like, a full demographic or, like, psychoanalytic trend between people. That's always gonna be fun. So here, barrel, max displacement angle. So this is going to be an interesting one. As they say, let's test. So if you want to reassign keys, sorry, let me take a drink of water first. Well, spilled some water. That's fine. It's only on myself. A nice cool down. Live with the consequences. Rip. Alright, let's take the service rifle. And the belf here. Barrel spread doesn't exist because there's no velocity. So the Mark 3A. Mark 5. So is the arrow, is it just too small? I don't get it. So this isn't working. Yeah, barrel max displacement. So let's try this out. And let's see how that handles itself. Huh? Okay, so there seems to be an issue with this calculation here. That's something that we're gonna have to fix. How did it get that number, though? That seems like an integer overflow more than anything. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we do have that. Let's just check our materials. Right, so our elastic modulus is here. Do you guys like local supermarket coupons? Those are great. But as I was saying, yeah, some of these just suspicious materials. You did? Do people like sweet potatoes? Are there any sweet potato gnocchi fans here? It's a really nice recipe, but the thing is that you need like a large, clean, flat surface, and that doesn't... Those don't exist. Unless you get a really big board, but then you're gonna have to find a place to dry it, or dry it every time. It's gonna cost quite a bit. So here we can kind of see with the elastic moduluses that they're in gigapascals. So I just kind of have to check each individual section to see how they handle. Print, max displacement, debug. Max is cool. Say hi to Max. Initial. Newton. Elastica. Displancum. Alright, so just back to the range, and we're just going to check that again. So we have 5 newtons, and we have... So we have 5 times PAL barrel length with part 3. Elasticity times elasticity. So elasticity is 0. That's correct. The inertia should be really low. So we're gonna take the diameter of the bigger portion. Okay, so I'll need to bring out my calculator, which is here. Rixas is intense. You always need a scientific calculator with you. Your computer one will absolutely not suffice. It's terrible to use. I divide by 4. Or we take barrel material thick. Sorry about that. Have you guys heard of cashews? How they relate to intimately into the ecosystem? They really are something. Why does night take queen? What? Ghosty, what are you talking about? Oh, wow. I forgot forks were a thing. For such a long moment there, but I have to watch out for them. Quite interesting, just like how like tactical thought and then processing forms. Because like that really needs to be just straight up recorded. And you can't really do trial and error unless you have a really large force. But here, let's just check this out. Oh no, I was just being funny, silly. Pen and paper. So barrel spread. What is our barrel? So we have it with 10 millimeters of barrel thickness. That's a lot of barrel thickness. This is a 3 kilogram thing. That's crazy. I did not know that it was this thick. So you have 10 plus 8 is 10. So that's going to be 28 millimeter diameter total and an 8. So 28 times this. So 28 millimeters. 10 times 100. 1,000. Right, so if I have 28 millimeters, I convert them to centimeters, and I convert them into meters. What? Okay, that makes sense. Bring that to the power of 4. And then what's the equation? Uh, First we have to... Okay. This is going to be minus 0.08008 to the power 4. And we're going to multiply this by pi over 4. Okay, so we have a number. So 4.7 to whatever 10 to the power negative 7. And we just want the answer. And we're going to store it. So here A is this. 190 divided by 1 billion. This doesn't... What? What? So it's multiplied by A times 3. So 2.73 times 10 to the power negative 13. Okay, so now that we have this value, so we want to get the length. So it's going to be 750 times 0.001. So 75 centimeters, that's correct. And then we're going to multiply this by the 5 newtons. Okay, so I think I kind of understand the problem. So it is in meters, pascals. Is it GPA or is it an MPa? I don't know how I got the old value before. is gigapascals to pascals. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so some of my math is funny. It's not a good sign. I literally based this one off of this one, though. How could I be so wrong? Terrible. So I just have to make sure that we have implemented the equation properly. I think that's one of the only real ways that we can get to the bottom of this. Red anchovy. Anchovy. Beam stress and deflection. Beam stress and deflection. Okay. Cantilever with an end load. So we have a point load here. Ugh. Five newtons. So is it radius or what is it? Please tell me. Please tell me. Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a party. Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a... Tell me why. So let's try radius and see if things resolve a little bit simpler. So if you're new, you just joined, I was pen and papering some stuff. Not some stuff, pen and papering this, because it was being a small pain. Why small pain? I mean big pain. So let's just take this value. Hello. Hello, too. Would you like to become a float? Yes, you do. Alright. Debug. 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 Ah. Something happened. Why is it negative? Why is it negative? This is not supposed to be negative. What in the world is happening? This is why we do this. When you make silly mistakes. When you make silly mistakes. Alright. So we have this now. So before we have the elasticity, let's just print our lovely guest here. The nice and great elastic modulus. Please give it a round of applause. $190. Alright, so what we're gonna do here, let's just make sure that we aren't screwing things up. 10 plus, so we have 14 times 0.001. And we're gonna bring that to power of 4. Now we are going to take 0.004, bring that to the power of 4. We're supposed to have more. What is going on here? Why are you being funny? Thank you for the sub. Very curious with just some of the mechanics of this shenanigans. The mysteries of life, as some people will call it. Remember, guys, to vote in the poll. This is very important for the future of the game. Extremely. The fate of the Earth is on your shoulders. If not, the carrots will win, if you don't like carrots. If you do like carrots, that's fine, I guess, but if you don't, bad things will happen. So we have a lot more stiffness. This is supposed to be good for us. So here we have 2.9. Yeah, 點搞？真係咩？2.9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What? Yeah, this is clearly not supposed to happen. I actually don't see how this happens. So we have the right idea. There's just some execution that has gone awry in here. Silveric, what are you doing? I see you. It's not that important. It is important. It's not that important. I guess it's a lighthearted joke. But here, for 0.0, I want to see how that does. We need to make sure every part of this equation is correct. It's right. This is scary. So pi divided by 4, okay. So this is in the power section. So when we power these, the result is a float, correct? So if I have 8 times 0.0005 for the power -3, okay, so that is correct. And this to the power of 4, 2.56 times 10 to the power 10, -10. Okay, Silveric's part of the carrot gang. Okay, 2 votes for the carrot gang. That makes sense. .001. Make sure that this is working. Do I have it all circled correctly? The pi over 4 is fine. This is terrible. I hate computer math. Mass displacement debug 0.014. 0014. Okay, that's correct, I think. 0.014 power 4. Minus 0.0 0.04 power 4. Wait, what? And times pi over 4. That's how we get that value. Inertia times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's correct. So I need this times 190 to 10 power -9 times 3. And then we take this 1.7. We take our 5.5 times the length, 0.75, like so, 2.320325, and then we divide it by that, but that gives us the wrong answer. How does this... what? My head is in pain. Is simply in pain. Alien Emperor. Yeah, unfortunately, potatoes are not included in this round. They are way too popular. You are going to have to pick one of the 3 alternatives. Depends on which culture you're from, really, I think. It's not really a contest with some of the more popular picks some people like. Okay, so what if we use megapascals? Let's delete like that much. This should be closer to the ideal. You may not like it. This is what peak performance looks like. You have a crippling addiction to Among Us. So things are happening. Yeah. I don't get why this works in other cases, but not here. It's kind of funny. Point load, span cubed. So we have the correct answer-ish. Boy. But it's just not cooperating with us very well. I wish I had like a dedicated MATLAB. Rixas MATLAB license when. You still have it, but out of school, you're not gonna still receive those cool things, so sadness. Five mutants. What are the base units for this? Like, what are actually the base units for this? Meters 4. So we do use newtons. And then meters. Oh my goodness. Someone's trying to burn the house down again. Let me try to deal with that situation. Alright, so I think that situation has been resolved. Fortunately, I don't think I'm gonna die today. Would be bad. So clearly there's something wrong with my calculation method. I've done this correctly before. That's the thing that's getting me. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm stupid. Sun, sun. Okay, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry ironically. Thankfully, I knew how to solve it at least. Okay, so we have a 1mm-ish deflection. Or 0.1mm-ish deflection. Yay! I don't need this anymore. Thank you for your service, debug comments. You will be sorely remembered. Okay, so that is good. We can try the we resolve that issue. Get barrel max displacement angle. So is that 0.01 degrees? I think so. Degree symbol. Okay, let's just take it. You can actually put in there. That looks cursed. That is very cursed. I think we can officially call this issue an thing resolved. My voice is squeaking. My throat's... The hell's with my throat? It's making like whining noises. Parte infantry here. 0.3 degrees. MOA in degrees. Why does the imperial system exist? Why? 1 minute of arc is 0.01, so that's 1 MOA. Okay. 0.383. So this would be about 2-ish, almost 3 minute of arcs off. That's interesting. I want to see with the Fang how that does. The Tory round. Around 1 MOA? Okay. Peak pressure, 21 megapascals. But yeah, our muzzle calcs are eternally messed up. So we're just gonna have to live with that. Yep, we have that feature done. So now you can show the muzzle velocity, accuracy coefficient, peak pressure, barrel spread, barrel lifetime cycles, and muzzle energy. This is a pretty screenshotable moment in the future. Currently, I have yellow bars around it that my snipping tool can see, so it's not very cool, but we can actually have like a small snippet, and then I'll do an official snippet after. Yeah, the peak pressure and other stuff doesn't line up very well. Just gonna call that a feature. Temporary feature before I can fix things. .62 megapascals. Yeah, things are very suspicious around here. Surely that's not the peak pressure, right? No. When you have the actually good rounds that outrange things, then you can really get the damage output out and try to make that work. Is that more pressurized than the 5? There's more muzzle velocity. That's pretty funny. And you have the M10, which just doesn't work. Funny things happening in Rixas labs. But since I don't want to bash my head implementing another script for that, we're just gonna have to live with this for now. I think I'm gonna space them out a little bit. Is there a natural spread thing I can do here? So this, what do I want? Where's the spacing option? Rixas UI usually just does itself. Bottom, right, top, no, doesn't have anything. Well, that's pretty sad. I'm just gonna have to deal with that for now, because I said so. Okay, so that's gonna be it for these features. It's gonna be a key selling point later. Gonna be a screenshot on hand for future marketing material. And let us move on to our next goal. The Rixas social media accounts are giving me very little dopamine today. Interesting. Okay, so what next? So the next thing on our list here is to start. I have multiple real-life project boards open as well. So I don't need these equation sheets on my desk anymore. You can safely retire. Alright, so now we are going to go back to working on... I need this one. Okay, so we need to determine the actual accuracy. It's very nice to have the smell of burnt food slowly coming upstairs. Okay, so let's just get our next screen up first. And I will be back very soon. Let's just take a short break for working on more. There we go, trusty notepad. Alright. Ohio Erufukan desu. Okay, so we're working on the code aspect. So our loadout screen is completely done. Just need to get all of the back end work going. Insert. What are your guys' thoughts on bolt-action belt-fed rifles? Where is it? Where is my script? I think they're pretty cool. Alright. Unfortunately, you can't design one Rixas, but maybe in the future. Not a big priority at the moment. I've been working on the wrong version of the game this whole time. Apparently, yes. Okay. That's hilarious. Fortunately, the work that I did is easily transferable. Oh my goodness. Okay. Fortunately, it's not that different. Let's try to get loadout. Sorry. Off screen. Okay, now that we just have to grab these two functions. So I put them here. This should still work. I should have been a bit suspicious when not all of my screens showed up. The imposter is sus. Did I delete the muzzle velocity? Okay. I don't have perfect pitch, but I do have like pretty good relative pitch. I can exactly tell if I'm off key. I think it's also because I did a lot of singing as a child. I Okay, so we have that. Okay. Everything is good now in the world. We can get rid of this imposter. Great. Oh shit, the music ran out. That's a rare occurrence. And this nice album. I have a funny knack for finding non-copyrighted music. Which isn't explicitly labeled. Oh wow, that's very loud for stream. But yeah, feel free to ask any Rixas related questions. Like, even if you're struggling with some designer stuff or whatever. Some people are a bit too prideful. I only know this much because I messed up a lot. Yeah, so right now I'm just finishing up the designer section, and next up, because this part of the designer that I'm gonna, well, not the designer, the class inside that's related to the designer is important for combat, and then we're just gonna full-time work on combat next, unless bugs or other stuff shows up. I get really tired. So yeah, we're gonna focus on the combat aspect next. That's gonna be very fun. It's gonna be very streamable. Oh, someone voted for turnip. Now, if you haven't seen the map yet, just give it time to power up. While the map loads, it's gonna take a while, but here with our usage, this is kind of what we want. It's not supposed to be like that. Oh, it's supposed to be like that. I think the map is ready. Yay, there we go. Yeah, if you haven't seen some of the Rixas terrain gen yet, it's not a very good terrain gen, but it's workable for what's happening right now. I think just having like 1 or 2 biomes, even if it's chunky, it's still gonna be fine. People aren't gonna care. We'll improve it at the further notice. Screenshot mode with F1. The trees are funny. You can spawn stuff as well. Alright. Spawn some guys here. Maybe a quick demo if you haven't seen it. Some cool features in the 5. 546. I have to upgrade the tool later. 88, 555. Here, platoon markers. And I guess for I need the behavior chart. Behavior 2. Let's target 1100, 561. And also, let's get them to start shooting as well, once they see a target. Got the shortcut for that. So yeah, very primitive combat is happening. And now it spots the squad down here with the light of sight mechanics currently in place. They should be splitting up right now, but well. Yeah, so now they start splitting up. I think the other behavior works a bit better right now with move in a column. I guess squad 1 start moving. No 3, 539. Get cool stuff. So you start seeing them. So I made that squat move. I forgot which index they were in. But yeah, now just moving around, shooting at each other, playing with line of sight. I think this is pretty cool. And just spamming spacebar to run the turns. And that one aggressor squad's getting bullied. Yeah, it's just a funny overview of what can happen. More contrast between the elevation? Okay. I'll try. The previous was even less contrast. It's already an attempt at more contrast. Let's try to see what I can do about it. Contrast, I'm just more focusing on like the black and white contrast, which I guess there could be a bit more of. Because we do have colorblind community members. That's one thing I have to consider when designing the user interface and stuff. The real question is how you aren't showing up as a concurrent viewer. That's funny. Let's just go back to work on this. So we have our spread, our accuracy coefficient. So we're gonna calculate the actual accuracy. How do people prefer their water? Oh yeah, so explosion. I have an explosive shell. yet. Probably gonna just make one on stream. Heavy is explosive here. I think there's a pure concussive explosive for this one. What propellant are we using for this one? I'm just gonna steal Payne's Bashpeel powder. It's actually really little in the world. $150 seems alright. Half a kilogram worth of powder in this shell. That's very safe. I think the thing is just it's not even a related thought. Yes, it goes kaboom. Yes, Rico. Kaboom. I don't have an actual launcher for this. I don't know what would happen. It's gonna be funny though. Oh yeah, you guys are gonna love it when I add brass expansion. You guys have to calculate that. I am unusually excited for cartridge brass expansion to account for that. Let's see what happens if I give the Fang a larger barrel. How much wigglier will it get? Brass is cool. That is correct. Oh, it actually increases the velocity by 74 meters per second. Yay. Cartridge propellant burning at work. The M26 burns pretty slowly. Okay, so my brain is starting to scatter, so I won't be as efficient or talkative. So I think now is a good time to end this stream. I will try to finish some stuff by today and then release that. Depending on how much I finish and whether it's going to take a long time. Yeah, hopefully you guys had a enjoyable stream. If people use this to concentrate, bless you. I don't know how you would do it, but interesting work. Yeah. Have a great day. Like and subscribe.